Hey guys, it's your favorite teacher, Mr. Schaefer, here with you. Yes, I have more Bill stuff on today, guys. Big game this weekend for us, all right? Trying to win the playoffs. First game of the playoffs. Trying to make it to the Super Bowl, okay? Haven't seen it since I was 10 years old, guys. The last time that we were like this. So sorry if I'm a little obsessed, but you know how it goes. Um, we're back at Grossology, my friends. Science of really gross things, right? We're going to jump right back into it. This is our nonfiction section, this unit we're working on. And the last thing we read was about snot, I'm pretty sure, and it was making me sniff the whole time. But we're noticing things, right? Like different colored words and bolded words and titles and captions and pictures and thought bubble, like little bubbles that we're seeing like drawn like by the illustrator that has facts in them. We're seeing different colored fonts. We're seeing all kinds of facts. We're seeing real pictures. We're seeing cartoon-like pictures. We'll get more into that tomorrow. I'm sorry, I turned the page a little too far there. But today's a really short one. It is actually something in your ears this time. Yeah, you guessed it. Ear wax is where we're at today. Okay. So that dude's got some ears on him for sure. So there's a little earwax, and just by looking at it, guys, you can tell, this looks different than a normal novel, right? This looks different than Bob. It looks different than Ivan. It looks different than Babysitter's Club. It looks different than Dogman. It looks different than Indian in the Cupboard or whatever book that you read, right? It looks different, okay? So you can already see, I bet, some of those words. You can see that little different kind of caption over here. You can see a little picture with some words here, but this is today's. All right, we have a little a little diagram at the bottom. Looks like they're making something right there, so we'll have to read about that. Or maybe they're trying to describe something to us. We'll see, okay? So, just sit back and relax, so we're going to listen to earwax. And that actually rhymed. I didn't even mean to do that. All right, here we go. It says, you should never stick anything in your ear that is smaller than your elbow. Let me read that again. You should never stick anything in your ear that is smaller than your elbow. But you can't stick your elbow in your ear. Exactly. You should never put an object in your ear. Forbidden objects include cotton swabs, bobby pins, toothbrushes, pencils, peas, bicycles, television, or carrots. If I can't stick anything in my ear, then how do I clean out the waxy stuff that builds inside? You don't. Earwax naturally dries up, forms little balls, and then drops out when we yawn, chew, or swallow. It's kind of icky knowing we drop bits of earwax all over the place. But if you're trying to dig this stuff out, all you do is shove the wax further into your ear canal, ear tube, or pack it against the eardrum. Not good. Because the eardrum is important for hearing, the wall of wax forms a sound block that may result in hearing loss. Even worse, it is possible to cause permanent hearing damage if the cleaning object pokes the eardrum. So, some families use Q-tips. Apparently, they're saying don't use those. All right, you're not supposed to stick anything in your ear, ever. So, if you're using Q-tips and stuff, stop. Or ask the doctor and see what they say about it, okay? Sorry, I'm not a doctor, right? I don't know. I'm not going to give you medical advice, but just listen to what this book says, right? I'm going to do some more research on it because I've heard this before. Interesting, though, right? It makes you think, like, should I be digging in my ear like that or not? So, the ear has three parts: the outer, middle, and inner ear. The outer ear is part you can observe by using your eyes or a special earwax checker that you can make using a flashlight and a plastic cone. The outer ear is also where earwax or cerumen. All right, so just for an example of that, guys, I just got this word. I was gonna say cerumen, but look what it gives me. It gives me a pronunciation: cerumen. Cerumen. No, men. Cerumen. Is made. Okay, so inside the ear canal are about 2,000 special sweat glands. These glands don't make sweat, they make wax. Earwax coats the inside of the ear canal to trap any nasty stuff like dust, dirt, and bugs that get into your ear. People who live in areas with a lot of junk in the air, such as New York City, make more wax. Huh. Once something is stuck in your earwax, the wax becomes less sticky, clumps, and falls out. To search for waxy buildup, take a look into the ear of someone you love. Hmm, pretty cool, right? So, what I learned from this is don't stick stuff in your ear, and we make more wax the more that we have dirty stuff around us, which is pretty cool, kind of crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and read this little caption part. That's part of this little picture of this guy with a big arrow pointing in his ear. It says earwax comes in two different varieties: wet and dry. The type of wax that you have is determined by your heritage. Most white, black, and Hispanic people have wet wax, which is oily, sticky, and tan colored. Most Asians and Native Americans people have dry wax, which is sticky, brittle, and gray. So it kind of depends on your heritage or your family makeup, right? Is depending on what kind of wax you have in your ear. So I did not know that. Pretty cool. This thing's the Great Wax Detector. It's one of those little things, has on here like what you can do or build or do something. Um, hmm, it's kind of cool. It says small flashlight, plastic bottle, scissors, paint, and a brush, or a permanent marker, tape, and a volunteer. I'm gonna put this on the screen just right there. If you want to pause it and look at it, you can and read it. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna make you do that or nothing. But if you want to build that, go ahead. Right. All right. That is it for earwax today. It's a little small one. We'll be back again next time with our next little installment, and we'll go from there. All right. So again, we're in this nonfiction section. We are working on figuring out these text features. That's that word I'm talking about. And you're going to hear me talk about that in the next couple weeks as we continue in this nonfiction unit. All right, this informational reading that we're doing. All right. Have a good one.